Sci-Fi Surprise time with film number 18, Bride of the Gorilla. I feel like I should make some sound effects, but I can't think of any good Bride of the Gorilla sound effects. Okay, so I think suffice it to say I was a little worried about Bride of the Gorilla, but I actually ended up really enjoying this one. It's from 1951, although it has a very 40s feel to it, very, you know, great tension with the actors, very, how they speak is so of the time and very dramatic, and, you know, it's very all or nothing, you know, the world edges on, you know, actually it's not about the world, it's all about them. It's like, I don't even know what the world is like supposed to be at the time. It's just very much centered in whatever setting this is, which is sort of the jungle. No idea. I don't know what country they're in. You know, they do refer to that they're sort of away from people, displacement, you know, from the society they're normally in terms of the main woman, and there's a doctor character and stuff like that, and then there's sort of like the locals. I'm like, I think it might be South America is what I'm thinking, but it's hard to tell, and I don't think they ever say. So that was one of the only things that was kind of weird, because it was just sort of like differentness, you know, but not expressedness. So anyway, but it stars Barbara Payton, and who's fabulous, and Raymond Burr, who's fabulous, and people probably know him as Perry Mason. And the moment he started talking, I was like, oh, thank you, an actor! Like, he's an actor! And so, like, of course I thought he wasn't going to be in it for long, because that's sort of the current tradition of B-movies, is that, you know, the people that are big names or big actors are not in it very long. They're sort of like the person on the other end of the phone call. But no, he was in it a lot, as was Barbara Payton. She was really good, and really what makes the movie is the two of them. They have great chemistry, interesting characters, and good performances. So where's the problem here? This is not a science fiction movie. It's not a science fiction movie. It's like so close. But I really enjoyed it, but it's not a science fiction movie. I don't think it would be unappealing to science fiction fans. What hinges on you know, what makes a science fiction film in this context is, does what explain the differentness, is it explained through science? And it's not explained through science. It would have to go into the realm of folklore or supernatural. So, you know, that's a pretty small pivot point, and I would say if people are interested in sort of monster movies or werewolf movies, or, you know, dealing with the beast within movies, like those kinds of creature movies, those themes, then this is a fit. It doesn't matter, you know, that he wasn't bitten by a spider. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. So if you like those themes and you like, you know, great like interesting dynamic characters, in terms of a B movie, this is like better than most B movies, but it's not, you know, Gone with the Wind or anything. So like so you know, it sort of hedges between that. So for me, in terms of this series, I really enjoyed it because it was interesting, it was compelling, I felt for the characters, I understood the dilemmas, you know, there's great tension, but in terms of the science fiction elements, they're sort of few and far between. But there's definitely creature stuff, and I always like that. It's a little weird, like I didn't understand it originally. You do have to, it does make sense, but you have to pay more attention than I sort of was. I was really tired. I'm always really tired. I feel bad. I think I fall asleep in almost all of these movies and had to watch them sort of a second time or halfway through. And that's more about me than it is about the films. I'm just tired. So that's just whatever. But it is the whatever I was trying. Oh my God, I don't remember what I was saying. Whatever I was trying to explain about being confusing, it actually is explained. And as I rewatched it, I was like, oh no, it does make sense. Like, I thought it was just, you know, like cheap, you know, bad writing or something. No, it makes sense. I missed it. So that falls sometimes on the viewer. It's not always about the film. Sometimes when we get lax in our watching, you know, you miss stuff. So that happened. But, you know, that's fine. I watched it again and I understood it. It's not like it's overly complicated or anything like that. But yeah, so it's kind of a you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's more of a drama in terms of the story, and you know, the characters are more important than, you know, what, you know, the explanation type of stuff. So, but there definitely is tension, which is good and important. And I really enjoyed the dynamics, the personal dynamics in this one and the performances. So for me, that was enough. Like, I wasn't going to get, you know, all crazy about it being, splitting hairs on the sci-fi versus supernatural versus folklore versus whatever. It's like, it doesn't really matter, because it was just enjoyable. And the quality of it was pretty good. There were a couple like quick cuts kind of thing, but not too bad. And a lot of the special effects are, you know, for the time, they're not bad. It's a lot of, you know, creative editing and those kinds of things, and some are more successful than others. But in general, it, you know, pretty much goes well with the flow of the film. There's nothing revolutionary, I don't think, but there's also nothing to take you out of the experience. So it's weird, because the enjoyment factor is high, and I think the quality of the film, comparatively, is pretty high, but it's not a science fiction film. And then that totally throws off I was doing this sort of rating system of the science fiction films together, and then the non-science fiction films together, but that doesn't work, because my favorite non-science fiction film is Laser Mission, but this is definitely a better movie than Laser Mission, you know, but, you know, I don't know what to do. So I guess I don't really have to do anything, because I guess maybe I only need to rate the science fiction ones, and this one just doesn't qualify. So that was actually, I was actually doing pretty well. I had a lot of science fiction in a row, and now I'm back to having a fair amount of non-science fiction with Laser Mission, not science fiction, Blood Tide, not science fiction, Moon of the Wolf, not science fiction, She Gods of Sharkreef, not science fiction, and The Lost Jungle, not science fiction. And now along with this one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 18, so 12 to 2/3. That's not bad. 2/3 science fiction, 1/3 not. It does screw up my rating system, but I will change. I have lots more movies to figure out a new rating system. And speaking of new movies, what will be next? What will be next? Should I just see if one pops out? Whichever one falls out first is the one I'll watch. Oh, look, they're just inching away. I'm like, I don't want to overly influence it, but I'm the one who's controlling it. It really feels like it's going to be that one, eh? There it goes. Okay, whatever. Oh, it fell down! Uh-oh. Oops. Okay, here we go. The Astral Factor from 1976. Actually, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think maybe because it's on the front of the list. Is it the first one? No, it's not. The Alpha Incident is. I'm still excited. 1976, good year. Robert Foxworth. I don't know. That will be next. I wonder what it'll be like. I wonder if I can stay awake. Feels so sad. I keep falling asleep. It's not my fault. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. Oh, and if you are curious about Bride of the Gorilla, it actually is public domain, and as always, I will put the link below for if you'd like to watch it from over at the Internet Archive. And yeah, alright, well, I'll be back with the Astral Factor when I get to watch it, hopefully within the next week. That's sort of the ish plan. The ish plan. Plan-ish. Thanks for watching.